everybody, welcome back to another 2007 Ford Ranger Sport video. Well, this week I'm going to attempt to do something with this rusty mess. Stay tuned. Alright, well, I picked up this trailer hitch on OfferUp for not a lot of money. It is off of a Ford Ranger, an older model, 1994, I believe, but it should bolt up no problem. It looks like it does, but the problem is this is it's definitely seen better days. It's in good shape, but it's got a lot of surface rust. So I picked up a very expensive $14 grinder at Harbor Freight. I've got some rust reformer. I've never used that before. I'll try that out. And then some good old Rust-Oleum Canyon Black over top. So I think I'm going to go ahead and knock off the heaviest bits of rust, which honestly it's not bad. I could probably just clean it up and paint it as is, but figured I'll give the grinder a try. So let me make a pass. Stay tuned. Okay, well, the first thing you want to do when you spray paint something is you want to warm up the cans. And so I've come up with a pretty foolproof method here. I'm just kidding. You didn't really think I was going to do that, did you? No, you definitely do not want to put your spray paint in the microwave to warm it up. Back here at the hitch, I shook this rust reformer up pretty well, and the can is actually pretty warm because it's a warm day. I took a second look at this. It's actually not in as bad of condition as I originally thought. So the surface is pretty smooth. So I think I'm just going to try this rust reformer, spray a coat or two, and we'll let it dry, flip it over and do the other side. Although that's probably going to be tomorrow because I don't have a lot of light left. Let's give it a coat. All right, I've got one good coat here on the bottom side. And actually I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Doesn't look bad at all. Of course, it's still wet. I'm gonna let that dry. We'll come back to it tomorrow. Hang in there with me. All right, well, the underside's dry enough to go ahead and turn it over, do a coat on the top. As you can see, this, I think, is probably where the water sat. A little worse condition, but I'm confident that I can make it look okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with another coat of this rust reformer. Well, it's the next day, and this has had plenty of time to dry overnight. And again, this has that rust conversion coating on top, so I'm pretty happy with it. Except for the very top here, there's some pitted areas, and I mean, I sanded them and scraped them as much as possible, but the rest of it looks really good. So I think what I'm going to do just for this top area, not that you're really even going to be able to see it underneath the bumper, but I do have a little bit of this truck coating left, which is just a textured material. I'm just gonna kind of fog some over this, let it dry, and then I'll go ahead and shoot the thing in the final coat of black. So I think that'll help this pitting just a little bit. Did a coat of that truck bed coating on top there. As you can see, it looks a lot better. It just has a much more uniform kind of textured appearance. So we'll let this dry and finish this project. Well, it's a few days later. As you can see, this is all painted. I'm happy with the way it looks. Looks nice and fresh. Problem now is going to be installing it on the truck. I'm by myself, so I'm not sure how I'm going to accomplish this, but I'll figure it out. I think the truck itself has these two bolts already in place. The one's holding the bumper on. This third one back here, I actually picked up a set of fasteners for that. So should be relatively straightforward. Let's give it a try. Okay, well, here under the truck, these two bolts line up. This one does not line up. And I've got this probably 1/2 inch drop down flare right there, which is going to be a problem. This particular hitch is not really gonna work without some modification. I was afraid of that. At least several shims, which I don't have right now. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to install it this week. I'll have to come back to it. But I think what I'm gonna do instead, then I realize it's really close here, remove this spare tire. This is off the bead, and I'll clean this up and get it reset. So at least I'll get, you know, something completed. Right, Bridgie? Well, I have yet another fail on this truck. Trying to release the spare tire, and I put the kind of the jack handle in here, and I can't get it to engage the mechanism. I don't know, it feels like maybe something's jammed in there. So this end is supposed to engage into the kind of the carrier that lowers the spare tire, that right there. So no results this week, I'm sorry. But at least I can show you this nicely restored hitch. So I'll get it on the truck one of these days. I don't have anything to tow, and even if I did, I have my Tacoma, so not that big of a deal, but I'll have to do a little more research. So I guess that's gonna do it for this week. I guess I'll clean up my failure here. Until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. I'll finally do something about this. This has been bugging me. As you can see, it's the color's all worn away. So I just cleaned it with some Windex, and now I'm gonna scuff it up with, what is this? 400 grit, yeah. Just kind of give it a light scuff. Then I'll tape it off, and I'll give it a quick coat or two of my interior paint. So the other side over here is not nearly as bad, but I'm gonna do them both. Stay tuned. Okay, ghetto tape job done. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick coat. Okay, letting this dry. It's really shiny right now. I hope it ends up not being so shiny, a little more matte finish. Anyway, I'm using this. This is what I've used before. So I have probably about that much left. I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'll let this dry, I'll do the other side. And the passenger side is done. And this one is in a lot better condition than the driver's side. That side over there has a lot of wear and tear. So the finish product isn't gonna be as nice, but that's okay. It's a lot better than it was. So this is still wet, it's drying a little bit. So what I did was I sprayed that vinyl paint, and then over top I just fogged a little bit of flat just to kind of take away just a little bit of the gloss. So we'll see how that dries. And this side's done. I actually don't think I could ask for a better finish than that. That looks great. I think that was the key, was just kind of fogging just a little bit of flat over top. Driver's side over there is still wet. I'll let that dry for a little bit and clean it up. Okay, driver's side's done, and with the exception of a little rough spot right there, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Much better than it was. Yeah, this plastic was just pretty torn up, so, you know, it's the best I can do. So I'll live with that. I think that'll do it for one day. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. As always, we'll catch you on the flip side.